welcome to Racing in Queensland. I'm your host, Jesse McDonald, and what a pleasure it is to have you on board for another episode of Racing in Queensland. And just remember, we've got coming up highlights of the Stradbroke from last week, and what a cracking race it was, with local tipstar on that panel, Ben Donoghue, tipping Midsummer Music at 26-1. And joining me on the panel is Ben Donoghue and Larry Cassidy. And welcome, Ben.
Yeah, Jess, great day Saturday, Midsummer Music. I was a bit concerned when buffering loomed up. He seemed to be going strong, but how good's Peter Moody, and a tick under 22,000 at Eagle Farm on Saturday. By all reports, the new facility's held up really well. Yeah,
no, Midsummer Music definitely blew them away. And Larry, welcome.
Thanks, Jess, and yeah, what a great meeting, what a great Stradbroke meeting and Derby Day.
And tell me, what do you think of Midsummer Music's win?
Oh look, her win was awesome, and you know, how do you go past the Moody and Nolan train? It's just charging on. It's going to charge on even further in Europe.
You know, when Black Caviar takes them on over there at Ascot, she's going to give them hopefully a braining, but we'll wait and see for that. But what we're going to do, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to have a look at the Stradbroke, the Derby and the TJ Smith. Right now we're going to have a look at Midsummer Music winning the Stradbroke Handicap.
Inside, buffering came at them, Tiger Tease, Sea Sirens trying to pick up, and Midsummer Music is next, Pinwheel down the outside, buffering hit the lead, 200 metres to go, Midsummer Music coming at them, Temple of Boom, and Pinwheel down the outside, buffering and Midsummer, Night Music the leader, but Midsummer Music fought on, Midsummer Music's taken the lead from buffering, draws away, Midsummer Music from either buffering or Happy Zero. Well, he is absolutely unstoppable. Peter Moody, his second Group 1 for the day, and a Queenslander born and bred. He's taken out his first Stradbroke, which would have been a boyhood dream for Peter.
What a great win it was by Midsummer Music. But I thought Happy Zero, he should have finished a little closer than that, Larry. And what did you make of the win?
Yeah, Luke, what a terrific ride. He just gave an absolute perfect run, did no work, chimed in, got the gap at the right time, and of course poor old buffering bridesmaid again. He drew wide. He had to lump the 58, 3 wide the whole way. Did all the donkey work, and of course you know, Luke gave her such a cosy ride. She just had too much in the tank at the end.
Yeah, no, my selection there, Happy Zero punters. I'd hope you had something on at the 60-1. Ran a huge race and got held up there by Midsummer Music, and definitely should have finished second in the race, if not won it. But Ben, they told me you walked off course with 20,000 cash with the big plunge on Midsummer Music. Is it true?
Yeah, minus a few zeros there, Jess. But look, Nolan put her in the spot from the time they jumped. She got the economical run. Buffering was doing it tough. He's such a warhorse, Buffering. And punters, hopefully you had a crack at the trifecta. Throw in Midsummer Music, Happy Zero and Buffering. Could have been a very profitable day.
Yeah, no, it would have been hugely profitable had we taken that trifecta. Now what we're going to do, we're also going to have a look now at the TJ Smith with Sizzling and see Munsabort taking it out, the Group 1.
Okay, it was a good start out. Cabayan actually won the kick and goes to the lead. Donna Cativa, Courts Boy not far away, and Boban's going to settle back at the speed here. Sizzling back at about 5th. Home turn where Boban's run off the track a bit here, and as they come into the straight, Boban led. Cabayan near the inside, and Sizzling is now called upon. Donna Cativa's running home. Academus and Dance on Stars coming down the outside. Cabayan took the shortcut, went up the 200. Sizzling and Academus, Dance on Stars, and then Ninth Legion to Idini down the outside. Cabayan is still the leader. Sizzling on the outside, trying to get to Cabayan. It's Cabayan and Sizzling. Sizzling and Cabayan. Sizzling gets level. Sizzling got up on the line and won the TJ, I'd say, from Cabayan in the last.
Great win there by Sizzling, Ben. And you mentioned a horse there at 200-1. What a gal was sneaking up on the rails there. And
oh, mate, $41 I took on Wednesday night. What a gal, the place punters, and she was sneaking up along the Dulux there in Birchley's colours. Sizzling, I'd love to see him against Piero. Over a mile. I know Sizzling didn't win by much, but he's just proved himself to be a champion 2-year-old this winter, and I hope he really goes on with the job in the spring, Larry.
Piero will give him a cold.
Is that right?
Yeah, he'll absolutely, yeah.
Sizzling, I like the way Sizzling really had to dig, and he had to dig deep to win this race. So that shows that he's got class, but Piero himself he's a different class altogether.
He is. No, Piero's a different class of horse, and he's worth about 30 million. And he's bred to get 2 mile, and he's winning these 1200 metre races as a 2-year-old. There's no doubt Piero is something right out of the box. And the other one from the Paternak camp, Hawks trains it, Die Hard or
All Too Hard.
All Too Hard. Yeah, it's a horse that could be about the only one that's going to come close. But wouldn't it be some Cox Plate? Piero, Black Caviar.
Well, let's worry about the Caulfield Guineas first.
No, it's sold. It's done. It's done deal. The check's written. Piero's got it. Now we're going to have a look at Brambles, and we're going to have a look at P. Moody. We did dip this on the show, and I did say it'd be in front at the first time past the winning post, and it would be in front come the home turn end the second time round. Let's have a look at Brambles winning the Derby.
Brambles and Victoria and Tickled and Isopack going forward, and Quintessential's out deep on the track, but it's Brambles running to the lead of the line the first time. Isopack is second, Tickled third, Quintessential fourth a little bit, but Brambles is the leader. Going to the next corner at the 1000 like he did in the Grand Prix at Doomben. He's hurtling around the top corner of the track, and he's 3 clear. In second spot is Tickled. Quintessential is next on the outside. Frida Isopack. 2 litres left to go, and Brambles came to the home turn. 2.5 to Quintessential. Isopack is next, then west southwest. Where's the rest of them? To Hunger next, and Red Shift as they came around the corner, but Brambles came past the 400. He's 3 clear. Quintessential west southwest to Hunger running home on the outside, followed by Red Shift Isopack. Brambles in front coming to the 200. Quintessential trying to get out after it, then to Hunger, but Brambles is the leader for the 100 metres left to go. Quintessential trying to bridge the gap. Brambles a length in front. Quintessential can't get there, and Brambles will lead all of the way. A great win of the Derby. Brambles from Quintessential west southwest into Hunger.
Ben Brambles, great win, all the way performance. You did query whether he'd get the 1.5 miles, but as I stated by Savabeel, he's a true stayer. There's bigger and better in the pipeline for him.
Yeah, look, I'm not querying his ability to run the trip now, and all the way Victor there. And we're just talking during the break there, Larry. To me, Brambles, he looks like a Cox Plate horse. He might do a Might and Power or a Sunline on a few of these horses if he gets there down the track.
Yeah, well, look, most certainly the way he run that mile and a half out, and how strong he run it. I was up there running second early, and the tempo was very fast. And look, he put a gap in them at the 600, and outstayed them.
Yeah.
He really just did outstay them.
He did a Vaux Road. Like even Alan Thomas in the call, he's out in front doing a Vaux Road. Could this be the next Vaux Road?
Yeah, well, let's hope. I think racing needs. So we've obviously got the Great Mare and Black Caviar, but certainly a front-running champion, Might and Power, was probably the last one we had. But Brambles might be looking to emulate some of his feats over the spring.
Now let's get into the racing at Ipswich, as we like to refer to the old Bundamba. Oh, that brings back memories, Larry.
Yes, Royal Ipswich, Ipswich Cup Day. It's a sight for sore eyes, and it's a great meeting to get to, and it's a very loud day for us jockeys. The noise there and the atmosphere is electric.
I think it's a sight for sore feet too by the end of it with a couple of the ladies.
And sore heads the next day too, I'd suggest.
I'll be out there and I'll be joining in the ruckus out at Ipswich Cup Day. Good old Bundamba, it's a great day. Now, the Gay Waterhouse, the 1350, it's listed race. Larry, you're riding one here called Viva Lass from the Chris Voigt stable. How do you fancy its chances?
Yeah, look, her runs have been all right up here. I think she ran third at Doomben, and then run in the listed race behind Pepperwood and got beat 8 lengths or something. So back to mare's grade. Hopefully we get a reasonable surface tomorrow, and she's not without a chance.
Ben, what do you like?
Oh, look, it's a very tough fillies and mares race. There's a few of these mares at the top have got to carry a little bit of weight. Skating on ice has always shown ability. I'm not sure if Ipswich will suit, but if you can get a price tomorrow, punters, she'd certainly be the one for mine.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you there. I'm on Skating on Ice from the Les Kelly stable. Funnily enough, Skating on Ice is stabled with Viva Lass. Chris has come up and he's staying with Les Kelly. and I was down there talking with them during the week. And no, I like skating on ice to beat Viva Lass, and I like one Hidden Kisses from the Heathcote stable. And I'm sure there'll be a few contenders for the voice out there on Ipswich Cup Day come the last. But right now I'm going to, I caught up with the starter Jim Roberts from Eagle Farm and Doomben, and talk with Jim about the boys and what happens behind the barriers. Here we've started Jim Roberts here at the mile start at Doomben, and welcome to the show, Jim.
Thank you very much.
Now you got here and the starters, the boys behind you here.
The barrier
Tell
tenants,
us,
yes.
the barrier tenants, what's involved in the day-to-day process of loading these horses into the barriers?
At the actual start, where the horses will come out of the mounting yard approximately 10 minutes before the start of the race. They'll parade behind the barriers. The jockeys may request some gear changes, or checks, or saddle changes, or.
Do any of the jockeys ask for any favours? Like to hold their head?
Maybe hold a head or a tail, yeah. But we normally get that information before the start of a race. We've got a starter sheet that tells us all that information. We just copy it straight off the... So we know pre-hand before they get here what.
So pre-hand, you know some of the horses that misbehave and don't behave?
Absolutely, yeah.
And tell me, what's the purpose of maybe holding a horse's head or holding its tail up?
Oh, they might try to rear in the air, or drop their heads down, or move sideways. Steady. Sometimes it just steadies them in the barrier.
So how many barrier attendants are there?
Today we'll have 10. Normally we work on one barrier attendant for every 2 horses. So, say 14 horses, 7 barrier attendants, and we normally have 2 people to help with pushing horses into the gates. So they all keep pretty busy on race days.
And how many are here today?
We'll have 10 today. 10 barrier attendants on today. Big day, so more the merrier.
I'm missing one.
No, they're probably still in eating.
So do they get a break during the day?
They normally have a bit of a break between races. The races are normally spread between 35 and 40 minutes apart, so they normally get a quarter of an hour, 20-minute break between races. So.
Now, horses are a very big animal. Mm-hmm. Do you ever get a bit nervous or edgy if one goes off or goes down in the barrier?
These blokes are all good horsemen, and obviously you've got to watch. I mean, they're unpredictable animals and they can kick you. So, but these fellas are all good horsemen. They know, and they've been around horses long enough to know not to stand in the wrong place and to watch them. So.
But sometimes, obviously accidents happen, and because they're horses unpredictable.
I think most of these blokes have either had some injury or another over the years from a horse. Whether it's been kicked or bitten or whatever. So, but
bitten.
Yeah, they'll bite you.
Have you any of you guys over there been bitten?
Yeah, kicked.
Kicked?
Some of them might try and bite back, the boys,
Well, Jim, thanks for joining us on the show, and we look forward to seeing the start here at Doomben.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Come on, settle it. Here we go. Good job, boys.
Fashion and Group 1 glory.
My chance to take centre stage.
The carnival is an event the whole family can enjoy.
The carnival is when all my hard work pays off.
The carnival is Australia and New Zealand's test match for horse racing.
Experience racing at its dramatic best in a state versus state showdown at the Channel 7 Brisbane Racing Carnival. Get your tickets through Ticketek or visit brc.com.au.